All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel once again. Today I'm going to be just doing a low style, kind of no script, low edited video, just me talking about the upcoming season of Marvel Rivals because we just got another teaser for it, and I just want to share some thoughts and also some speculation about the upcoming season. So yeah, I'm just going to be talking, not really much going to be happening. So yeah, hope you enjoy. I don't know how long this video is going to be because I don't really have much to say, but I just want to get it out there because I also want to get more videos out there. But what I want to talk about is how in season 5, the initial teaser for the new season is just, it has like the wedding reception and just the whole event of the wedding between Gambit and Rogue. For those who don't know, Gambit and Rogue are married in the comics, very nice thing, and it's going to be taking place on Krakoa, which is pretty cool. Another Krakoa map probably. Now, I don't really know what the map itself is going to be. Might be the reception, but I'm not too sure exactly what it's going to be about. Or it can just be another part of Krakoa, but it's most likely going to be taking place at the reception. But that's not really what I want to talk about. What I mainly want to talk about is that if you darken the image itself, you can see 3 chess pieces, and this is what has people mostly like speculating and theorizing about the potentially that the season might have 3 heroes, or it might tease another hero. And I'm kind of on that same train of believing we might get like a 3rd hero, even though after season, I think of season 1, they were just like, yeah, we're doing 2 heroes a season, which is cool. It's still a lot of content per like 2 months. I mean, obviously the seasons are shorter, but it's still a lot of content. But if we do get 3 seasons, 3 characters season, I think that'd be really cool, mostly because Rivals has been just kind of trying to find its balance. This Friday, when season 5 actually releases, it's going to be turning 1 year old, so happy birthday to Rivals. But I just feel like a lot of people are kind of wanting this game to improve for the best, because after the past few seasons, the community has been kind of like in shambles, debating on what's good, what's not good, what they've been enjoying, what they haven't been enjoying. And overall, people are just kind of in the middle. So I think adding this, or even just like teasing a future hero for like an upcoming season, is a really right move, because I think Rivals really needs this season to just be like a heavy hitter. This season cannot be bad. It can't be, I'm not saying that it can't be mediocre, but it 100% has to just be good. The season has to be good. Now, this is all dependent on just the heroes themselves, whether, regardless of what role they are, if Gambit's a support or DPS, if Rogue is like a tank or a support, these characters just have to be fun. Because one thing I think Rivals succeeds at is the heroes themselves. Like, all the heroes are just really cool, and it just captures like the Marvel universe of these superheroes just coming to life, and you get to control them, and it's super fun. But where I feel like this past few seasons have like fallen off, it's just that the balance and just like some of the additions just haven't really been like that like amazing, if I'm being honest. I'm not saying they're gonna get it right 100%, but you can definitely tell, like, after a few seasons, like, they've just been doing some changes that not many people have like agreed to. I just have really enjoyed, and it's kind of turned people off from the game. One thing that's brought people back is like Marvel Zombies, and I think it's just mostly because it's just fun. You get to play as like the heroes and just sit back, relax, and just enjoy the game. And I think the core game mode, like competitive or just quick play, I think one of the biggest drawbacks that that it has right now is that the fact is they took away the stacking feature. You can't really play with your friends after a certain rank, which I find really weird, because this game is just super casual, and it's like it's catered to be casual. Like, the devs have said it themselves, they want everyone to have fun, but you can't really have fun if you're just you can't really play with your friends. So I don't know if they're gonna bring it back in season 5, but I do think it'd be a nice feature to have. But that's just one of the few things that I hope they can bring back, the stacking feature. But back to my main point, I kind of got sidetracked there. Like I said, this is me rambling. But back to the main premise of season 5, right? The whole theory about them releasing 3 characters, or teasing like a 3rd character that's gonna come in like a future season. I really think they need something like that, and I also think this season is probably gonna be the biggest like season of them all, because for one, it's like Rivals is turning like a year old. You know, they're actually going to be adding placement matches in season 5, supposedly. I think they said, I can't really find the quote, but I remembered them saying like they were gonna, you know, implement placements soon, and it wasn't gonna be ready in season 4, but it was most likely gonna be ready in season 5. So that's a big, you know, step in the right direction. You know, they're adding placements, adding feedback to the rank system. And I just think, you know, this season just needs to be a heavy hitter, right? I personally think, if this is true, I kind of made a short about this of who I think the third hero is going to be. I think it's going to be Colossus, mostly because, you know, the chess piece that, you know, is the third one that they show is a rook. And I just think that fits Colossus, you know, like a tank, a very defensive heavy, you know, piece. Now, I don't know. Like I said, this is just a theory. It's probably just thinking too much into it. But if this is true, I think it'll be awesome, because, you know, this season just really needs to be good. It really needs to be big, and it solidifies, you know, how they're going to take the future of this game, because, you know, these characters are just, a lot of people love these characters and they just want this game to be good. I don't think anyone wants Rivals to be bad, you know. If the game is good, encourages other, you know, games to improve themselves, because that's how it was in the beginning. You know, they came in, swung in hard, and did an excellent job of just like having fun characters in the gameplay loop. But, you know, after a while, you know, like after like season 1, they kind of struggled a little bit to just maintain just the gameplay loop, which kind of just with the balancing and all just like the messy changes that were here, it was just a mess, right? But I think after, you know, a year that has been released, Rivals definitely has, you know, a good chance of, you know, coming back on top, you know, bringing back players, making this new season fun, because I feel like it just desperately needs it. And yeah, I just think overall this season just needs to be really good. I'm not saying it has to be perfect, you know, no game is perfect, but I 100% believe that this season is probably going to be one of the biggest seasons of them all, from, you know, the balance patches, the fact that it's a year old, the potential release of 3 heroes. Even if it's not 3 heroes, if they just make Gambit and Rogue fun, 2 very popular X-Men, you know, I think, you know, this season just has a wonderful chance of being like really good and just bringing back the players that had lost. You know, Zombies brought back quite a bit of people, and I played it. It was really fun. I think they should bring back that game mode again, or like a type of PvE game mode. But yeah, I think it was really fun. They just have to keep doing stuff like that. You know, I think overall what's holding this game back, thing is the characters. Some characters just feel like super unplayable. It feels like there's too much just sustain, nothing dies. You know, just I feel like they've had enough time. They can look at it objectively and be like, okay, most people are complaining about this. Most people don't really like that one team fight will last you 2 minutes, and it just feels like you lose depending on who uses their ult first, right? So I think season 5, you know, has to be really good. Is that everything? Yeah, I think that's everything. This video is kind of messy. I'm just kind of speaking my thoughts. I just want to get this out there before the trailer actually released, because it's supposedly coming out by the time I upload this tomorrow or this week. But that's all I really have to say. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed my rambling, make sure to like and subscribe. And I really hope this season 5 is good, because I really love these 2 characters and they're cool. And I just want this game to succeed. So yeah, that is all. Bye bye, good night, or good morning, or see you later. And yep.